Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Let me pull this over just a little bit so you guys can hear me. All right. Okay, today I'm gonna be doing the same technique that I did with our Hocus Pocus ladies here. And I'm gonna create a background for a 1-layer card. Here I popped this up a little bit. You don't have to. You could just glue your sentiment flush so then it passes through the mail with no problem. You don't have to worry about extra stamps. But I wanted to do it in my holiday edition, right? Because we all trying to start getting our Christmas cards going, and these are, since they're a little more time consuming, if you're interested in doing anything like this, then yeah, I would suggest you getting started. And for this card, I'm going to use my Three Kings stamp set. I mean, it's called the Tiny Wise Men, and these are also from CC Designs. I love this company. And I believe these are still in stock if you guys are interested. I am not affiliated with them. It's just information, that's all. Okay, so I'm going to put my Three Kings there. And I'm going to stamp them out first because I'm going to put some masks on them so then I can do my background. Okay, maybe just a little lower. So this part is whatever you see, wherever you want them, that's where you put them. Okay. Let me get my alcohol-proof ink. I just cleaned my platform so stuff isn't sticking right. And then we could ink this down. Okay, let's see, just in the center here. And it doesn't have to be perfect, because once you start adding your ink to it, anything that you think is a mistake will go away, and that's fine. I don't have to do anything more than that right now. So let's take this guy off. And the first thing I'm going to do, I had already cut out, I took Post-it notes, stamped this out, and I did a mask for it. I didn't do it on screen because I've done this before in my previous video, so you guys get it. Oh, look, I left a little spot. Listen, I'll be right back. Okay, got that all cleared up. I had just missed the whole section in there, but we fixed it. So we can take another thing of Post-it notes, or you can just use regular cardstock to do this next part, which I may just grab some scraps here. And I think for this part I'm gonna want like kind of a hill kind of thing here, because if you think about it, it's like going through the desert, right? You can do this with a die. Okay, so we have our little hill mask done, and what we're gonna do is gonna start going in with the blues. And I'm gonna get my dark brush. I don't want to contaminate my lighter blue brush, so let's just use this. And we can just start using the blues. Always remember that anything on screen is going to look a little lighter than what it is in person, and since I want to add stars, I really want this to be a dark blue, and I'm also going to add some black into it. Of course, around them, I'm going to leave it just a little bit lighter so everything really pops a little bit more. And let's just do that. Okay, now we can go on with the black. I don't have a brush for the black yet, so I'm just going to use one of my older ones, which is this one. It works really well. I didn't feel I needed to buy any more brushes. Okay. And now we can start adding the black. I want my sky to be really dark. Because if you think about it, I can mix this. If you think about it, there was no lights, just the stars, so. Okay, we can go back in with the blue. Let's really saturate the brush. Okay. Keep on with our black. And I think so far we're good right there. So we have that going on. All right. Let's cover these guys up. For now, we'll get back to it. And now I'm just going to use the reverse to do our sand. So I got to just see where we at. And it's right about there. And this time I am going to tape this down so it doesn't move as much. All right. We have our brown. Let's go ahead and add our brown. Okay, almost done. And we can add a little bit of black if we wanted to also, just to, you know, put a little bit of different color in there. And this is what we have so far. I don't mind any of those different colors. I don't mind the white. Because you get highlights and lowlights and everything, so when everything is done you'll see that it looks much better. Now for this part I think I'm going to come back and put this mask back on, And then I'm gonna add some glitter for the stars. Let me get that and I'll be right back. Okay, so we have our Spectrum Noir. Let's see what the name is exactly. The glitter ink. And this is the clear. So we're gonna get a brush here. Let's find any little brush. And we're just gonna flick. I think I need a thicker brush. Hold on. And you'll start getting like little stars in there, which you probably won't be able to see too much on camera, but in person it's very noticeable. You can start seeing it coming together now. So we have some thicker ones and some thinner ones. You could have added a moon to this if you wanted to, but I just wanted to keep it simple. I want my characters to pop, just like in this card. The characters are the ones that really you can really notice. The background just goes away a little bit. So let me just add a couple more and then we're good to go. Simple. Now the one thing I didn't do with my card yesterday, if you're concerned about the ink on these cards, you can always just put the sealer on it. So this is what we have. Now we have a starry sky and our characters are just walking through the sand. Let's add a little bit of that, but I'm gonna give this a second to dry, so I'll be right back. Okay, before you do anything, make sure that you're okay with your sky. I like my sky like that. I want some white patches because you get the glow of the stars. I like the highlights in what's supposed to be sand. You can add different textures to that if you want. I'm just going to leave it like that because I want my sentiment also to stand out. I'm going to seal it. And again, we use the micro glaze by Holtz to do that. So our ink won't move anymore. And when you add this, it also makes everything look a little bit darker, which is always a plus. Okay. That's fine if that comes off. Okay. Let's just seal all of that. And then I'll come back and I'll clean it off with a rag. So now we have that going on. If you feel that your sparkle went away, you can always add a little bit more. I don't know if it's going to stick, but we can try it. And that's it. So everything is nice and clean. And now we can just pull these guys off. break it. I want to save my little mask here. And here we go. And there's our characters waiting to be colored. All right, I'm going to select some colors and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to do my first character with you guys, and then I'll do the other ones off camera. And I think his outfit we're going to color coral. I'm just adding a little color just to start everything off. And then we can start adding our darker tone. I know, like me, there's a lot of people that have struggled with alcohol ink markers, and I do a lot of these videos so I can show you that just with practice and you can get better. The first couple of times you don't expect a good outcome. I mean, some spots will be beautiful, and then some spots you're gonna just wonder what the heck you did. But yeah, as you go along and you practice, everything starts improving. So I would have added like some palm trees. I just couldn't find my stamp, some palm trees to the back of this, just to like make the theme. But I would have done it like in a silhouette, like maybe in black, just to add a little more interest to the scene. But this is more just teaching you that even if you don't have certain colored cardstocks, if you have cute stamps, you can just go ahead and create your own background, and it'll be just as lovely as some of those papers that you would normally buy. I think that one's too light. That's why I brought out this one. Yeah, I think I like that better. And just shorten that up. And let's go ahead and now add our lighter color. These start looking better once the alcohol evaporates. So you have to have patience and don't expect a perfect outcome until it fully dries. And you can always go back in and reactivate your ink with alcohol. So if you want to add something else later, you can. But this is, like I said, just basically having patience to let the mediums do what they need to do. Again, you just figure out where you want your darker tones and your midtones. Yes, there's a way to do it. You have fine artists that'll say, hey, don't do it this way. Your shadows should be here or whatever. But with these cutesy little stamps, I just do whatever I like. Okay. And if I want something darker or lighter, I can always just come back and add it. So that's always a plus. If you go over a little, don't worry about it. You could always clean that up. And this is where I would let that evaporate a little bit, and then I'll come back and see where I want to add more color. Okay, let's do his skin tone. I'm gonna make him a little bit tan. So I'm using my muted browns for this little character. Okay, with our mid-tone. And there we go. Then we have his face color, and let's do his hands. His little fingers over here. Okay. So we have his hands there. Let's add some color. I'm not gonna really blend on this part because it's so small. I'm just gonna use that tone. So we have his hands done. And now we can see if we want to add any more color to his outfit. And I do. I want to fix this up just a little bit. And try to blend this out a little bit more. And just giving it a smaller highlight, I think will work better. Okay, I think we're good there. Now I think his outfit, I'm going to do, let me see, maybe yellow. Okay, this is the golden yellow, so let's start with our light tone. I think it'll complement it well. Okay. Let's do our darker tone. Okay, and let's add some here. mid-tone. And if you wanted this to look a little more yellow, then I would actually come in with a golden yellow that I have. Let's see where it's at. Okay. For some reason, this golden yellow is just a little more orangey, I guess, right? So then we can come back and add our highlight. And there we go. Okay, so our character, he's almost done. Let's add color to his sleeves. Now, you could have done this a totally different thing, since it's kind of like fur. I know in the manufacturer's drawing, they have this like leopard print, but I'm not gonna do that. I don't have that patience. Let's add the highlight. I promise you, if I can do this, you could do this. Okay. We have his ear that I didn't color. So let's go in and do that. Okay. So all that's left is to do his hair and his gemstone and all that stuff. So I'm gonna finish coloring that and I'll come back because this video started to run long. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, so the coloring is what takes a long time, but this is what you can get when you finish it all. And then of course you would add a sentiment here and then you would be done. But this is more about the coloring and making a background. So you see how the lighter colors and the whites just like highlight them a little bit better. I kind of like the way that looks. So that's my project. I'll finish this off and make it a card, but I did add some glossy accents and stuff and a little shimmer and shine just to make it pop a little more. Being that this is a holiday card, I really don't mind that it does. But that's it. That's my project. I hope this helps. If you want to create some backgrounds for your cute stamps and you don't have the right paper, you can always just use your inks to do that and just some copier paper, right? So yeah, that's it guys. I'll talk to you real soon. Bye.